Yeah. So here it is like we have two npm I mean dependencies. They are React and React. And to start with the React application, we should undergo like React scripts start, and so this is one CLI command which will go and hit my I mean React server, and automatically it will be running at the port 300. So for this, yesterday we have saw like how to create this node modules, and also we have saw like how to create uh, package.json. So now we will be seeing a few I mean programs, and we'll be seeing like a few programs here. So first, I will be starting with the index.html. So from where the root, file will be starting. Okay. So I am going to create here one index.html, index.html. Okay. So in this index.html, I am giving one div, and with id equal to some root. Okay. Okay. So this is should be there in the single quote, I mean double quotes. Okay. So this is where the total application will be running up. Once your application is started I mean with this React scripts, the first file which is hitted is like index.html, but this should be having some data to be routed. Okay. In that case, I am going to one of the file, one more file which will be routing the data to this root id. Okay. So just like how we will route in the html, like document dot get element by id, and we will be routing any para or div, something like that, right? In that case only, I mean in that way of mechanism only, we are going to route some uh, data to this root. Okay. So for that, uh, I am going to give here one more file known as index.js. Okay. Index.js, it is like this. Index.js. So I will remove this one UI because it's not necessary.
And is there any restrictions with the packaging structure? So let's say uh, inner module packaged files cannot refer to the outer module package. Like index.js can refer to the inner files, but inner files can't refer to the index.js. Is there any such kind of
Uh,
one-way hierarchy structure?
uh, no, no, it's not like that. There is a package lock is there. Means suppose if the person want to access some internal applications. So let us think, I have one project known as some I mean state I mean, or also some banking project I am having. See, nowadays what is happening is like, since these applications are actually open sourced, almost every client, or every organization, they have their own npm modules. Okay. They, with that modules, they are building their own ui. Okay. Suppose if you take like Dell, they have Dell Clarity. Likewise, if you take like State Street, they have some other module. So if we are having their registry only, we can able to access that I mean those components.
No, no.
Can
What I'm trying to ask is here. So you see that node modules folder, right? So let's say you
yeah,
created one more folder there, folder one, and you let's think it as a component, and we
okay,
wrote some component inside the folder one. Like that, we created folder two, and we wrote some components inside the folder two. So
okay,
we got to plug that those components somewhere, right? So we will plug them in the index,
yeah, right,
right?
exactly.
So can we plug the other way, meaning can we plug the index inside the folder component one?
Yeah, we can route the index, but we have to give the exact path.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
suppose I mean, suppose if we are having some see here, document dot get element by id, okay, and I'm going to give here root, okay. So this index.js, it will be routing to this I mean root module, but there should be somewhere from somewhere it will be I mean routing. For that we am going for render. They have actually one render method from the React DOM, which will be routing our app. See, so this can be our app, okay. And this app, whatever we have created, that will be routed to the document dot get element by id root. So now we have to create this uh, app actually in our application. This will act like one component, okay. So this will act like one component, and it will be routed to this root. And in this root, here this I mean it actually it is already settled here as like a div id root. So your total application will be I'm hitting here, okay. So it will be displayed on your screen automatically. But you will get some more I mean more clear idea by after this one small component
Yeah.
creation. One second.
So it will automatically point to index.js, or is there
No,
any
no.
other?
React
Okay.
DOM here, it is like a React DOM which will route which routes to root. To create that, actually we have to import this import render. We have to import the render from React DOM. Okay. So this React DOM we are having in this package.json. Okay. So this is the module which will help us to route our application or components to the main DOM. Okay. Yeah. And one more tag is important here is like import uh, React, import React, and also one more is like component from uh, uh, React, from React. So now to start any I mean basic and app or application, we need to go for class, and here I am going to give class name extends the component. So if I have my application name is some app, and I am going to extends component. Okay, so here it's like this. In general, the structure of this app is like constructor, and I will tell first the structure of this component, how it will look like. Okay, super. And here I am having render. I will have a render, and I will have a return. Okay, so here all the HTML tags will be present here. Okay, all the all the code, business logic will be available here. Business logic is available here. And if we want to do any other manipulations at or if we want to initialize anything, we can initialize either in this constructor, or we can initialize in this render space. If I want to give any functionality to some input or something, I can either mention here, or I can able to mention here also. Okay, functionalities actually. Okay. So here like as per this, we have to go like first we need to first we need to initialize any component, means to here we have to choose like constructor is the right place. Here we can initialize state, and we can initialize like properties, and we can initialize some or variables, and also we can initialize some JSON, or some APIs, or anything. We can initialize here like any kind of declarations. So at very first point of time when the component is loading, the first heated one is like this constructor, and it will go for this render, and it will execute this return. Okay, so it will be like this actually. Okay, so here uh, yeah. So let me create here one small variable here, some this dot some I will maybe mention here one variable, some EMP ID or something, EMP ID or something. It is some 215. Okay, 215. Okay. In this tags, I am going to give here some div. So every time here the structure is like this. It whatever we are writing here, that should be there with only one div. It should be enclosed with the div only. We cannot able to do directly with you know uh, 1 second. So it is like this actually.
Looks like any tag is not working.
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah, actually I should give here app and 1 second. I will come from the first. It is like React from React DOM and React and class app extends the component and constructor, uh, and here it's like super, and also here I have to enclose this in this, and I came with the render, and here in this render I am going to give like one bracket. Here it's like div. Yeah, now it's okay. Yeah. So and also in this div, and here it is like this. It's not here. It is end of the app. Okay. So we have to enclose this div, this return always in the div. Okay, okay. So anything we want to write, or anything we want to convey, or if I am going to write some para or something, that should be enclosed with this div only, and this will be enclosed with I mean normal braces, and this return is like once this return has happened, this will go to the component, and that component will be routing to the root, and this root will be routing to the HTML. Likewise the flow will work. Okay. Yeah.
So it all happens on starting the server.
Yeah, it all happens on starting the server. So yeah, we have to invoke it. We have to invoke it via package.json. This React scripts.
Okay,
Can you
so
once repeat it again?
Yeah, sure. So all this app here, whatever I am having, so I will come from the first. So I have to take here two components. One is like uh, import render from the React DOM. This render is like our my here this one, which will be rendering my DOM. I mean this return HTML values. Okay, and also I am going to have here React and component. So in this one, this component is the one I mean which is a module sitting inside this React. So where I can this will be like an internal of this uh, node module React. This component is like some class inside this React. I am not sure where it is, but it is in library. It is a library in the React package. So we are going to use this component. I mean, we are going to use this component like class app extends component to for creating a component. Okay, so at anytime if we want to create a component, the wrapper is like class only. Okay, just like how you will do in Java, which will extends so a class, or while you are doing inheritance. So we are going to import the features of this component to our class. Obviously this class will become my component featured hierarchy, like or component featured all features of this component will come to the app actually. And here I am having two parts. First part is like constructor. Here I am having super, and here I am going to have here any declarations, like we can initialize state and props and variables, JSON or APIs, anything we want to I mean we want to declare, we have to declare in the constructor. The first invoking point in your component is like constructor. Okay, so the second part, so this is our first part. Coming for the second part, it is like this. Here this render already it is from the React DOM, and here I am going to have here return. So this return will be sending the tags to this render, and it will be routed to the app. Actually, this app will be routed to the root, and this root will be routed to the here HTML in the same path. So all this will be invoked when I run. I mean, in the application level, React scripts start. Once I do that, this the default picking up the file is index.html. From there, it will come to this index.js. I mean, whatever I am having here, it will be picking this route, and it will be showing us the application whatever we gave here in this return. For example, I gave here some welcome to React. Okay, so now I am going to start this application with npm start. So what will be going to start here? It will be starting React scripts. So this one, this instruction I already got from here. Okay, there is one small problem here. One second, not find the required file. One second.
We don't need to build it npm install.
We don't need to build actually. It can be directly accessible.
Okay, but this index.html is new file we created just now, right?
Yeah, we have created just now, but still we can able to manage with this. Yeah, we can able to manage actually. One second, I think there is some pathwise there is some problem. One second. And it's like a div ID, and here it is like a app which is routing this app which is routing this render, and we are going to have document dot get element by ID, and we are going to have here document dot get element by ID, and we are going to have here index dot html. Yeah. I will do one time npm install.
And one more question is,
Yeah.
so let's say if there is one more HTML file with the same division root, so if you say document.get element by ID root, so how will it pick which index.html or other HTML?
Here this will do only routing actually. So it will be making like see, this will be routing the components to your root. Okay.
Yeah, but
here you can give multiple components in general. Like you can call one component in other component.
no, let's say here we have index.html is here, right?
Yeah.
So it has a division with the root identity. Let's
Yeah.
say we have one more index 1.html
Okay.
with the same division identity root. So in index.js, you are routing it to root division.
No, no.
So
What will happen is like package.json. It will be starting this. I mean, this one, this command React script start. The default picking. I mean, HTML is like index.html. The default picking itself is
index.html.
yeah, index.html. If we are giving some other also, it won't be recognizing.
Okay, by default, index.js and index.html are considered.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
one second. I have here some path issue. 1 second, I will resolve it and come.
Yeah.
One second. Actually, there are some defaults like to while we are doing the development that we have to give like dev dependencies and all. Because of that only problem was happened. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I am reinstalling the node modules. 1 second.
So in package.json, you have to put some dev dependencies.
Yeah, we have to put some dev dependencies actually, and also yeah. Uh, yeah. 1 second.
Mm.
Yeah. Whatever I will share. Hmm. So here there are some dependencies to install like dev dependencies like React scripts latest and all. That's why this problem has happened.
Okay.
I have made like to install them again, and also I have created here like yeah some yeah here you can see. I will come from the first. Okay. So here once I start this application like npm start, so it will be running this React script start, and it will be running in the port 3000. You can find the starting. This development server has been started. I will share the entire screen. Yeah. So now you can go ahead and then check here like localhost 3000, where I can find this welcome over here. Welcome to ReactJS button. If I save this automatically, this compilation will be happening automatically, and it would be getting this uh, text for us. So this is one way of doing. This component. By creating a component And other way of doing the component is also one more way we have, that is react dot component. Okay. So with this I can able to do I can able to create one more. Suppose if I, so I don't want to confuse, let that be like that. I can go for some class, and so I'm going to give some app extends, and I'm giving some react dot component. This is one more way of doing a component constructor. And here it is like I'm going to give here some super. Okay. And I'm going to give like render. Okay. Here I'm going to give like return, and in this return I can give like this is from app2 or something. Okay. So it's like this. It should be within the div only. Without a div, it won't accept directly this tag and all. Okay. If I am giving some para or something, it will be like an where it is rendering, it will be failing in I mean as a component. Okay. So we have to give it within the para, I mean within the div, and here we can give like some welcome from component to. Yeah. So once we are giving this, since I have to change, and now still we will be getting the first one only, because we didn't route the second one to this root. Okay. So we can give the second one to this root, and it will be coming with this. Yeah. And also if I want to,
So where is the index.html file?
yeah, it's there in the public. I kept in public. One second. Yeah. So in this I kept public, and I kept here in this id root. This is the path we need to mention. Actually, this is the path we need to mention. That was also one of the problem we faced. So in the public, we need to have this index.html. In this source, we need to have this index.js, where this business logic is not present. The components are present. Here in this, we saw like the two components, right? One is like app and also app2. I can also call one component in other component as an HTML element. So I can call here app, which is like my first one, above one. Okay. I can call this directly here. So my output can be like welcome to component 2, and welcome to ReactJS. If I,
Is there any restriction like index.js will refer to index.html and hello.js will refer to hello.html? So is there any such naming conventions?
uh, here hello is like our custom. The defaultly provided is like index.html and index.js. They are the defaultly provided I mean HTML and also controller.
Okay.
So if we want to do this is like, yeah, this one we are not using for now. So if I want to use this one, see, I can go ahead and then import this hello. I have imported that hello, and I can give here hello. Okay. Obviously that this feature, like from the other component also, I will be getting this hello name or whatever it is to my this one. Okay. 1 second. I think it is yet to be saved. Okay. Here it's like this is my custom component. Only the things which are given by the React is like index.html and also index.js. These two are only given by React scripts. If you want to pass any component on your own, or if you want to create a component on your own, you can able to create that outside, or you can able to create within the index.js, and you can route it to your root which is there in index.html.
So
In
can we create a folder in source src now?
Yeah, sure. So let us think I have some folder known as welcome. Okay.
Can we put that hello.js inside that welcome folder?
Yeah, sure. I moved it.
Okay. So if we run it,
I moved it. So if we run it, we have to take the path of this. We have to take the exact path of this. See here, the path is automatically updated.
okay. So can we create one more component outside the welcome folder now?
Yeah, we can create. See, uh, component on it means
Yeah, any JS.
any JS. Okay, fine. I'm going to create some contact.js. Okay.
Okay.
So there is no restriction here and all. You can able to use your
Can
JS, but you have to give the exact path.
okay, can you show how to give it?
Means how to give a particular component here.
Yeah, I mean you create a component here and export this and import it in hello.js.
Okay. In general, how we have done here in this so, but I will be changing this and all. Okay. I'll be changing this like just like an name. Let us not take this one. Be like yeah. This H1 I have, and I'm going to have here some address tag, and here in this I can have here some some label. I am going to have here some city likewise. Okay. So in this I have the label city, and one more label I am giving here, that is some okay. So now here it is like I have given some address here, and I created one component. Okay. So here
So,
I'm
so this division to division section should go into render method, right? RENDER.
yeah, it will go to the no, it will get exported. It will get yeah, it will go to the root. See this
I mean, so whatever the HTML should go inside the render method. It is in some structure of index.js you are writing.
yeah,
Right?
see here, now I have created this component. Okay, so I want to import this component in my index.js. So how can I
And
import?
that is the second way of creating a component. This is class app extends component. So this is the first way, right? So
This
in
is a
that
functional component. This is not a actually a component. This is like a functional. This is just a functional component, but it is not a pure component. The pure component will be having the features of component or reactor component.
okay.
This is the pure component. So this one is like just a function. This is just a function. I just mentioned for your understanding, like as a component, but we call it this as in React terms functional component.
Okay.
Yeah, so here I am just exporting this one. I am just exporting this tags, whatever I am having here, and
Okay.
I want to import here the same thing. Okay,
Can you import that in hello.js? Not here.
okay, hello.js. Okay. Mm, import, and here it is like um 1 second. It's like contact. Okay. So I have imported, but I should be having this path actually. Means I should be exporting again from here. This is like an individually we are calling. See, we have to export. See, this is like uh, is, in this hello. What will happen is like we are going to export this. I mean h1 tag. Okay, h1 tag we are going to export. So we are not going to call a function inside a function, and also so there should be some export finally. Means whatever this hello.js is bringing, that will be bringing from this export. From this export. So it will go when this hello.js is called, what will happen is like the data of whatever this hello is there, so that will be like in metadata. Here hello.js is like in my metadata for my index.js. Means metadata means, as you are aware, like it's a data of a data. Like here now this data, whatever I am sending, that will be represented by hello.js. So once I am calling this hello.js, then I have to import this hello inside here. Mhm. In this return. Likewise, make one div here. Let me try div. And I'm going to give here which one tag already I have here. I'm going to give here contact. Mhm. Capital C. Pin. Now this is in contact. This address. Okay. Now I am going to save this next one. So yeah, it came. Are you there?
Yeah, I got that. Okay. So export. Can we go back to hello.js?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is that export default name?
Yeah, it's just like an just function. just like a function.
So name is a variable and you are assigning that div to name and exporting it.
No, we can able to give directly this div only, but we are making it as one ES6 function, and we are exporting it actually.
Oh, so you are saying export default directly you can do div and all,
Yeah,
but
we can.
what is the name will do there? That
Here it will represent all your this div tags. It will be
mm,
representing, but yeah, it will be representing, but it will export to this hello.js. Once we are calling this hello.js, that address will be mentioning here. So just like how we are in this, this will be invoked. This will be invoked means this all this div tags. Div tag will be invoked. Here I can give some. Name as something else also here. Suppose here I can give some hello data or something. So or also hello from hello.js or something like that here. So it's just like we can't able to directly get the export, right? So we have to mention that in some variable and export it. We have to give some variable and export it. In that case only we are giving that in one ES6 function, and we are exporting that, and we are
okay,
exporting over
okay, yeah, okay.
there.
So
Nataraj,
why do we need to write two times the contact hello.js and index.js?
this is just a
Hello.js already have the index properties and all, right? Sorry, contact properties and all.
but still it is not using in the render. It is having, but it is not using. See, having the scope is different. Using the scope is different.
So if we want to don't use in index.js the contact, so from
Okay.
hello.js, how can we do that? So
Can you ask again?
yeah, if you scroll down a little bit in index.js,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, here we didn't write the contact. Okay,
No,
so
no, we didn't write the contact. We called only hello only.
okay, if we call hello, okay,
We called only functional component. That function is calling again one more function, that is contact, and that is here, and this is yeah, this is also coming here for us.
So when do we use these functional components versus the other actual components?
So if we want to take our own functionality, or if we want to that depends upon, like if we want to undergo some component stages, I will be discussing one life cycle module. So if for any component, so once the component has started, and how it is destroyed, how it will be unmounted. So there are some did component, unmount component, receive props, this kind of some states are there. So if a user want to undergo in such cases, or if I want to destroy a huge amount of data when I received at very first point of time. So let us think, I have some 200 MB of data CSV file. I just want to take that file, and I should not able to make that file like available after this component ending, or for any memory leakages or something. I should not be aiming to means encourage that component to further go in the any we can see, suppose if we are not closing any component, there will be like memory leakages. So there are some unknown errors also, deadlock errors also there. So
Hmm.
to avoid that and all, we to avoid that and all, we can able to go for component level uh, d- unmounting and all. So if it is just in general and normal operations, or if it is general and so handling and handle click or button click, so at that point of time we can go for normal functions.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you explain the name functionality again?
This one, okay.
Yeah, line number 4, name. Why do we need
Yeah,
that?
I will remove this. Okay.
Okay, even if you
Yeah, it will go. App to render method is having the problem here. So we need to wrap up that with one variable, because it is not a directly readable. Means
So can you change that name to something else?
yeah,
Just
we can change it,
yeah.
but it will get compiled, but it won't be having a run actually.
Okay.
Some I am going to give some apple.
So for example, if you assign apple equal to something, will it come as a apple equal to suppose Krishna?
Okay.
If we assign like that, so will that value get printed or it won't? It's of no use.
Where you want to print that?
No, in at line number 5, if you write apple, this apple equal to Krishna.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, it will be taking. See, it is like this. I am giving some const here, and I am giving some apple equal to some Krishna. Okay, so I am
Yeah.
passing here apple, and I am using this apple. Okay,
so you can't set state, but you can initialize some variables here in this case.
yeah, we can initialize that, and we can get that values also. 1 second. It's not saved. What's the problem? But it's not readable up to here. We have to read it via here only. Dynamically we want to mention. I think it won't set it here. Okay, cool. You are asking about I externally did it, but it is taking the I mean within internal data. It's like in local scope. It is taking. It is like an normal. But if I want
So it's
to,
not a variable override, right?
it's not
It's like
a
a
variable.
different variable.
It's not a variable, or means this apple or this I mean earlier hello or whatever it is there name. It is not coming from somewhere. To represent your all HTML tags, we are wrapping up into one function. So what is the meaning of this is, what is the meaning of this is function in general, I mean without ES6, what is the function of this is apple. And here I am giving some braces, and I am going to return. I'm going to return here div, and I am going to return here some I mean apple. It's like I am going to give here where apple, okay, is equal to some Krishna. I give here like this. So in here I am going to bind this value apple. Okay, this is the meaning in if we are talking in general. So this might be like an good understandable format compared to this that you prefer. This is like ES6 kind of coding.
Okay.
Okay, so in Angular we use the second format, right? Line 9 to 17, or in Angular also we use the 4 to 8.
There in we here also we'll use this function kind of, but yeah, most of the time we will use ES6 only. Okay, and here it see here it is like in Angular, compared to the Angular, there we are using this operator to because it's TypeScript, and we are going to invoke this apple means we will be taking this, and yeah, it is same actually, but we both ES6 and I mean ES5 tags are I mean syntaxes are allowed. On top of it, we can able to call a particular function with this dot some apple. Likewise, we can call. Okay, that's the way how we are going to call a particular function on there. Both are, but both are accepted. ES6 is accepted, and also ES5 is also accepted in the
And
Angular.
variable earlier in index.js,
Okay.
index.js file, you have assigned this dot emp id equal to 215 something.
Yeah. I am not
So
going to
you
use it.
didn't initialize that, right? You directly assigned it. So initialization is not. We don't need to initialize in
We
ES6
can
or.
initialize that. We can see. I can able to give here some this dot emp id equal to some 215 or something. Okay. See here, like you are telling about like, this kind of initialization, and yeah, this so this initialization. But yeah, we can also give values also directly here. If you see in Angular also, we can give the values directly out there. It is not like I mean, we should not give values, but standard is like we have to initialize and we have to give assign the value to it.
No, declare first. We need to declare the variable, right? So var emp id or constant
Yeah,
emp id.
yeah. Here we don't have any separate space for declaration. If you see like in the I mean in the Angular, there is some separate space like private, public, and all we will declare out there, and we will initialize that here. Here we are having we can declare here. So it won't be taking actually. That's the problem. Yeah, a part of this scope, we should not declare somewhere, or we can declare here. We can declare because this is the first I mean element which is coming actually. Second one.
So this is the current scope, right? Without this, can we? Why do we need always this? So for the current scope, we are
We no
using
need
our.
to go for always this. We can go for where also. We can go for a const or whatever it is. Apart of this, you can declare above this class. If you want to declare some global variable, you can go for on top of the class. You can go some var x is equal to some 123. Okay, here we can declare it like this. It's not like mandatorily we have to give inside this constructor. If you want to declare out of the component means definitely you can go ahead and then declare out of the component level.
And to render the value, we'll use one flower bracket, right?
To render the it's like single way binding. Here we don't have two-way binding in React.
Okay, so only one flower bracket, and what is the variable name?
Yeah, whatever the variable name it is, yeah, or some operation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right question. Yeah. I think are you people comfortable with this? I mean, creating.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Somewhere we messed up. That's what it's showing. Index expected function calls. Okay, fine.
I think assignment is failing. You didn't assign anything in that.
Assignment or function connection of expression.
In index.js,
Okay, somewhere. Okay.
and number 19, this .emp2.
Yeah, fine, cool. Okay, fine. Okay, this how we can declare a component. Either we can get this from component and we can able to get from react.component, and we can able to render that to the root, and this root will be our index.html's and div id. Okay, so this will be the path of what of this React scripts or React for finding the index.html, and the default also we have index.js as our controller, and we can able to call a function within a function, and also we can able to call a function a component within a component, like how we saw here in this app. And also we can call a function from other to the and we can export a function over there, and we can import the function here in this return. And these are all different concepts we saw today.
So usually whenever you build an app, so the package, the bundle will go to the dist folder, right?
yeah, dist folder it will go.
So where it is, I didn't see the dist folder here.
No, I didn't build. Now the build is not. Okay, I will run it. npm run build. I just started for an example,
Okay.
not going in the such depth. I just. npm install this. You may need to serve it. Survive and build. So we need to go for this one. This is for static files, and if you want to go for normal, see this is build folder already I have got here, and I can able to see the manifest.json, and also I can see the static files, this and all.
So basically we will drop this in the web server and
yeah,
it will run.
Yeah, it can be exported in a web server, or if we want to export it to some Linux machine and use this application, we have to go for we have to build that, and all these minified files will act like as an one bundle, and whatever the operation we are seeing here, that will be happening same over there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay guys, then.
So you will be talking about the CSS as well, because I see the screens are very white in the background. So any CSS stuff is also involved in this.
Yeah, I will discuss. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you send the PPT on these recordings to our email?
PPT. PPT.
The
I will send you this video.
okay.
Okay, 1 second. I will share you one link. You can subscribe there. I think this yesterday's version. This table version. Here, so I have clicked you this link. You can browse that, and you can see the yesterday's class over there.
Oh,
So is it your channel or?
Yeah, it's my channel only.
Okay.
So I will upload this video also out there so that you people can go through if you have some cross check or something.